So a 37-year-old pediatric practitioner gets charged with felony child abuse? How does that happen?
We break it down, no script, no mold. Raw and uncut, every gem is gold. Locked in now, let the facts unfold. Q bringing heat on Truth Be Told.
What's going on, squad? Welcome back to the Truth Be Told podcast. I am your host, Q, and check the story. This is a wild story. In Brooklyn, there's a 37-year-old pediatric practitioner by the name of Tsahay Nurse. Yes, her last name is Nurse. Now, Tsahay Nurse is being charged with felony child abuse. Now, let me give you the story, and you guys tell me what you think. Now, here's the context. Tsahay Nurse was approached by a group of parents, and these group of parents informed her that her 9-year-old son was involved in a robbery of another person. Now, once her 9-year-old son got home and Tsahay had this conversation with him, what she found out was, going through his text messages, not only was he involved in the robbery of another person, but he was also in a group chat, and within this group chat, her son, her 9-year-old son, and the other members of this group chat were also planning the burglary of a local store. Now, in this chat, they were talking about the tools that they were needing and the materials they needed. And one of the materials that they were to have on hand were ski masks. Once Tsahay went looking around, she found the ski mask of her 9-year-old son. And what did she do? Tsahay got with her son. She got with her 9-year-old son, but she did it with an extension cord. Now, at this point, her 9-year-old son runs away. Tsahay, the mother, the grandmother, Kim Nurse, and also the child's great aunt went looking for him. They spent 2 hours looking for him unsuccessfully. They called the police. They found this 9-year-old child in Brooklyn, in which they stayed in an area called Flatbush at a McDonald's. Once they retrieved the child from this McDonald's, they called the mother to come identify that this was her son. So Tsahay Nurse, the child's father, grandmother, and great aunt supposedly had went to this McDonald's so they can identify the son. Now, check this out. While the son was waiting, they asked why the son ran away. He had told them that his mom had beat him with an extension cord, punched him in his chest, and also choked him. They looked him over, and they saw markings of what looked as whips, and also saw markings underneath his neck. Once Tsahay got to the scene to identify her child, she was immediately arrested. Now, I'm not sure if she's currently awaiting arraignment right now, but the charges that are supposedly being brought upon her will be felony child abuse, along with felony child neglect and a series of other charges. Now, according to Tsahay, Tsahay was doing this to save this man's life. He was going to attempt, with another group of kids, to burglarize a store, to save his life and to prevent from him possibly being unalived in such an event. This is what she felt she had to do. Now, a lot of people in the comments say, "Hey, what type of parenting is it that that he was going to attempt to do this in the first place? Or did she overstep her bounds, or did she not handle it correctly?" Once she was taken to jail, the son was taken to the local hospital, and he was accompanied by his father. What do you guys think? Was she well within her rights? Now, we're talking about an extension cord, a possible beating in the chest, and choking. What do we do as parents? Should she have done something different? Would you have done the same thing? What would your parents have done? Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date on what's going on with Tsahay. And I'll also leave a link for you guys to check out this particular news story. Until next time, thank you guys for showing up to the Truth Be Told podcast. I'm your host, Q, and I'm out.